Yo, what is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Samurai Raider back at it again with another video. And I know I missed all of last week, but I was out. I had some family business to take care of. I was out for a funeral. I was out of town, yada, yada, yada. And I thank everybody out there that sent their love and condolences to me and my family. I appreciate that tenfold. But all of that aside, Raider Nation, I'm actually back and I'm excited because there's going to be a lot of new things coming to this channel and even to my Twitch channel. If you guys are not subscribed to my Twitch channel, go and subscribe. Samurai Raider XP on Twitch. I'll be doing gameplays and live shows on there, but more of that to come soon. But I'm actually trying to revamp this channel. I got a new logo if you guys haven't noticed already, and I got a new banner as well, and I got new things coming. I actually will be putting together a YouTube membership for this channel for some of my diehard fans that want to just help support this channel. And if you guys don't know already, I have made this my full-time job, which I'm really excited to do. And I know I have people out there asking, you know, how can I, or what can I do to help you out on this channel, because I'm a big fan of you, which I really do appreciate. If you want to become a YouTube member on this channel, I will be coming out with more info later on this week, because I'm actually still trying to put everything together on YouTube and on Patreon as well. And most of the revenue that I do get from that will be put back into the YouTube channel for better shows, better quality, and more equipment for the channel that I'm looking forward to try to get and acquire for this channel to give you guys some of the best Raider content out there. And if you guys don't even want to spend a dime on my Samoan ass, then that's fine. The best way you can support this channel without paying a dime is just hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, which I would definitely appreciate 100%. But all of that aside, we got a lot of good nation take for this episode today. And if you're wondering how could you get your take on the next episode, I will be putting a community post where you guys could comment some of your hottest takes or questions, and I will be picking some of my favorite ones and we'll be talking about it on an upcoming episode. So without further ado, Raider Nation, let's get started with the video.
And you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Now for the very first take, it comes from Cornelius Smith. His take is, should we trade for Odell Beckham? Bet we can get him for cheap, like a second or third round pick. Man, another week, another player connected to the Raiders. It just seems like every single week there's always a player, a nice shiny player out there that a lot of Raider fans would want to go out and get. And this week happens to be Odell Beckham Jr. Now, before I talk more about OBJ and whether we should get him or not, there were reports going around that the Raiders will be looking to add a veteran wide receiver to the team if we don't re-sign Nelson Agholor. And if you guys know me, I would love to have Nelson Agholor back on the team for the right price. Now, it does make sense because we know that the Raiders do want to add a wide receiver to complement Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs has not yet shown that he could be the #1 just yet. Getting back to OBJ, his name has been going around as of late because of a tweet from a guy named Evan Massey. Now, I don't know who the hell this guy is, or if he has any connection to the Raiders organization or has any source in the Raiders organization. He probably just putting this out for clout, but he put out a tweet which went around the Raider Nation, and I seen this going around, so I was like, you know what, let me talk about it. And now that Cornelius asked me this question, I can talk about it. So this is what he tweeted: count the Raiders among the teams who will have interest in Odell Beckham Jr. if the Browns indeed make him available. They'll be shopping for an upgrade at wide receiver this offseason. And that's where we start talking about OBJ. Now, going back to Cornelius's question, should we trade for Odell Beckham Jr.? I don't think that we should. If we get a good deal on him, maybe like you say a third round pick, then maybe we could dabble with that. And Odell Beckham is still a really good receiver in the NFL. I know a lot of people hate him and a lot of people call him a diva receiver, which he is, but I believe with the right quarterback and the right coaching, he'll do wonders. And I believe the Raiders could be that team, but again, for a price. And if we sign Nelson Agholor, then we're not talking about this at all. But for a third round pick, maybe. But overall, to get OBJ, I don't think that should be the Raiders' priority. Like I've said before, there's a lot of good wide receivers in the free agent market this coming season that won't cost that much. And I'm not talking about the high profile receivers like Allen Robinson, Kenny Golladay, and Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm talking about guys like T.Y. Hilton, Marvin Jones, John Ross, Curtis Samuel, AJ Green, Will Fuller. These guys that you can bring in that are solid veteran weapons that can help complement Henry Ruggs on the team. These are guys that you could bring them for a cheaper deal than what Nelson Agholor is suspectedly wanting, or what we would pay to go out and get Allen Robinson. These are solid players. Now, all of this is only if the Browns put him on the market on the trade block, and I honestly don't think the Raiders are even going to be looking that way to bring in OBJ. But hell, what do I know, right? Now let me put you guys in the GM's shoes. If you were the GM of the Raiders, would you go out and trade for OBJ if he was available? And what would you give up to acquire OBJ to bring him onto the team? Drop it down in the comments below. I would actually love to read what you guys have to say about this, because I know a lot of you guys are usually 50-50 on everything, but maybe you guys will prove me wrong. Now the next take comes from Joshua Vasquez. His take was, do you think it's right for Nelson Agholor to yell at his teammates for giving up if he dropped lots of key passes in the season? Whew. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about Nelson Agholor yelling at his teammates, saying that they suck. I mean, according to Vic Tafur, this is all true. Now, if you have been living under a rock or don't even know what has been going around the Raider Nation, I guess supposedly Vic Tafur said that Nelson Agholor called out his team and said that they suck after the Dolphins game that we lost. Now, immediately after that got tweeted, it blew up all over Twitter, all over social media, and everybody was talking about it. And I know the first time that I seen it, I was like, damn, is this true? But then after that went around, there was a lot of players that called cap on the situation and said that that actually didn't happen. It was a lie. Guys like Daryl Worley, Rico Gafford, even Todd Gurley, who's not even on the team, had something to say, saying that that's a lie because Nelson Agholor doesn't talk like that. He doesn't even talk. He barely even talks, but I don't even know why he's yapping his mouth. He's not even on the team. So after hearing what Vic Tafur had to say and hearing what some of the players had to say, saying that this is cap, this is a lie or whatnot, I didn't even know what to believe, whether it was true or not. Maybe there was a beat reporter out there that was just trying to stir the pot and see what we were gonna say. But then Max Crosby came out and confirmed what we all thought. This is what he had to say. It was in the heat of the moment. Nelly didn't say these guys suck. It was more of a we thing and him being a leader and showing his passion for the game. He's been on a Super Bowl team and he knows what it looks like to have a winning environment in the locker room and guys that truly love the game, guys that show up every day and practice that way. He was definitely calling some people out a little bit because that game too, he had put his all on the line to put us in a position to win that game. I felt it. Football is such an emotional game, and losing the way we did, every single person in Raider Nation was sick. It was a really cool moment to see because Nelly doesn't talk a ton, but when he does, everybody listens. It's really good to hear that a guy like Nelson Agholor, who's coming to this team on a prove-it deal, to be that guy in the locker room since nobody else wanted to step up as a veteran leader on the team, come out and call out his team, keeping his team accountable. Because if you really looked at the team, how we played in those last couple of games, especially after the second time we played the Chiefs, we did not look the same. Do I think it's right for him to call out the team? Hell yes, I do. And the fact that you say that, oh, he dropped a lot of key passes in the season, so what? It doesn't matter if he dropped a lot of passes or not, but the fact that he stepped up as a leader and called out his team, you deserve all my respect. We honestly need more players like Nelson Agholor or more veterans on this team that can come and keep these players accountable and call them out if they're playing like shit. But that's just me. Do you guys think that it was right for Nelson Agholor to call out his teammates or even yell at his teammates for how shitty they were playing against the Dolphins or even the games before that, even though he dropped a lot of key passes in 2020? Let me know down in the comments below. Now the next take comes from Music. What? His take is, should the Raiders consider a new QB after this season if we do not make the playoffs? Woo! That's a hot question that you got right there. As of right now, it's hard to say, honestly, because it depends on what we do in the offseason. But if we do get our shit together in the offseason, you know, offensively and defensively, and we still miss the playoffs, then I'm pretty sure we'll make a lot of changes, you know, maybe at the quarterback position and even at the coaching position. You know, John Gruden will be in a hot seat as well. If I look back at this last season, we know that the offense and Derek Carr wasn't the problem at all. Our defense really could have came through on a lot of games that we could have won in, but again, that's besides the point. I understand that there's a lot of Carr haters that hate on Carr fans, you know, saying that they always come up with excuses year after year after year. But if you really look at what's been transpiring since Derek Carr has been a quarterback, how can you not understand the situation that he's been put in? Now, if I had to simply answer your question, should the Raiders consider a new quarterback after the season if we do not make the playoffs? I would have to say yes. They would have to consider getting a new quarterback. But too bad that's not going to happen, because I 100% believe that the Raiders will be making it into the postseason in 2021. 5 Mayock legs, believe it, ladies. Now the last take comes from one of my loyal subscribers, Diego. He says Watson wants out of Houston. Once he leaves, we should trade Mariota to Houston. Also, sorry for your loss. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Diego. Second of all, I believe that's a good idea. As much as I love my cousin, Marcus Mariota on this team, if we were able to trade him away for some draft picks or something, at least, you know, a third round at least, I would be down for that, you know, if the Houston Texans wanted to give that up for Marcus Mariota. But if you really realistically think of it, I don't think it'll even happen, because if you look at the trade scenarios that the Texans would get for Deshaun Watson, they would be getting a quarterback in return, or they could go out and draft a quarterback in the NFL draft this season. The two top teams that might get Deshaun Watson, the Jets and the Dolphins, they both have a top 3 draft pick in this year's draft, and they could go out and draft a guy like Trey Lance or even Justin Fields in the draft if they wanted to go in that direction. If not, the Dolphins would most likely give up Tua Tagovailoa to the Texans in exchange for Deshaun Watson, you know, and some draft picks on top of that. And maybe the Jets might even give up Sam Darnold in a trade package to acquire Deshaun Watson as well. So in those scenarios, I don't see them wanting to go out and get a quarterback like Marcus Mariota unless they do and really want to get a veteran quarterback in their locker room. Then maybe they would want to get Marcus Mariota for a good deal. So like I said, I don't think it's gonna happen. What do you guys think, Raider Nation? Do you guys think that we should trade Marcus Mariota away, whether it's the Texans or any other team in the NFL? And what do you guys think that he would be worth? Drop it down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys on this episode of Nation Take. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. You guys always do a great job on hitting that like button. And if you're a Raider fan and you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Until the next video, Raider Nation, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.